Good evening, everyone. Welcome to NCC Sports. I'm Cole Johnson. Syracuse men's basketball looking to climb the ladder in the ACC. This time a trip down to Blacksburg and a meeting with Virginia Tech. And now from one nail-biter to the other in a different sport. Syracuse men's lacrosse would take on Army in a top 10 showdown. Army coming off a loss to Marist, while the Orange looking to maintain their early perfect record. A trip to the Super Bowl on the line in Kansas City. AFC title game action. One team you might expect to be there, the other, the 6th seed, the underdogs, a team that really has you wondering, will you remember the Titans? You look behind me, Clemson and Miami just took the floor for their warm-ups. They're playing at noon, and the winner of that will take on the number 1 seed Florida State tomorrow, who just got off the floor for their practice. But the big game is tonight, Syracuse, North Carolina. Before each opening whistle, the two brothers would exchange a fist bump and a head nod. But unknowingly, in a game on March 7th at Nazareth, it'd be the last time the two brothers would play on the same grass in college together. It was the day that sports stopped, when they locked all the doors to the gym and the ball stopped bouncing. That's when Newfield and Marathon's dreams at a state title stopped too. Now in dire need of a win, the Orange hungry for a win. And what better place to be hungry than at the KFC Yum Center down Interstate 71 in Louisville. But it was all Cardinals in the early going. Ryan McMahon with a deep three. Now let's go to the NFC title game in Santa Clara. Niners-Packers. Ever heard of this guy, Raheem Mostert? We'll keep a tally on him. Here's one, hits the hole, untouched, 36 yards for the score. Get the surfboards out. Niners strike first. Pre-game jitters. That's Drake Porter. The man can't stand still, like a kid waiting for a video game store to open. Where's Fortnite at? Army up 5-1 late in the second quarter. But it's Brendan Curry for Syracuse, the unassisted goal, giving the Orange some momentum in a halftime. Mahomes here showing everyone why he was last year's MVP. Chucking it 60 yards downfield, Sammy Watkins. And he's going to keep on running to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs heading to their first Super Bowl in 50 years. Just minutes later, Emily Hershuk, part of the Do-It-Yourself program, coast to coast, and nets it. She must have borrowed whatever Chase Scanlon was having for dinner because she matched him with 7 goals. This past week, Orange Nation was blessed with a verbal commitment from a 5-star player. This guy right here, Dior Johnson. Johnson is a sophomore set to graduate with the 2022 class, rated at 13 in the ESPN Top 25. That man, Todd Mulvaney, would redefine what family meant to a community. And he did it using this, a game of basketball that was clearly more than just a game. The 3-0 Syracuse men face off again on Friday in the Dome versus Hobart, but they're not the only nationally ranked team at Syracuse. The women's lacrosse team, ranked 4th in the nation, took their 4-1 record into Monday in a matchup with the Colgate Red Raiders. Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh showing love on the sideline. And for Aaron Rodgers, time to start shooting some more State Farm commercials. His pursuit of a second ring put on hold. The Niners on their way to their 7th Super Bowl appearance.
One kid, one name that stands out.
Jeremiah Sparks. That name just pops like no other.
Oh, is that pretty?
And in a small town, a name like that echoes.
He's the guy that's showing up, taking pictures and going to basketball practices for the 2nd and 3rd grade CCYO Instructional League teams. To them, he was LeBron James.
Jordan Elbridge, where the foundation of Sparks' legacy took off as an athlete.
Former students and current students, they were like, wait till you see Jeremiah Sparks. I'm like, I don't even know who he is. Who are you even talking about? He was all hype in my head. I was like, he can't be that good. Until obviously I watched him play football and I was like, he's gonna be that good.
Standout football player, a 1,000-point scorer, he seemed to have it all. But there was another layer beneath all the glamour.
As a young kid, I didn't want to favor a parent. It was like, you know how parents are when they have a kid and they're not together and they both want part of them. It's hard to like balance it. Dad wasn't around much. I didn't really see him at a young age. He was in and out of jail, so didn't really have a relationship with him. Moved back with my mom because more complications with my dad, and just sucks, keep moving.
Sparks bounced around. No stable place to live.
I know when he came back to Jordan Elbridge that He was sleeping on people's couches and floors. He had every excuse and he never used those excuses. There was never a crutch there with the obstacles.
Sparks' journey began here in Central New York before bouncing down south, only to come back here to Jordan Albert Central Schools, where he tugged at a lot of hearts before he left and landed here to Oswego.
Basketball was somewhere I could always like ease my mind, like let everything go and just play. So I didn't have to worry about anything.
He now has taken on a new role as a standout freshman for the Lakers of Oswego. Just a great kid who's defied all odds. And he finally has a place to call home.
I love Jordan Albert. I mean, I talk about it all the time. I just can't wait to give back to the community.
I didn't think of him as Jeremiah the athlete anymore. I thought of him as the person and getting to know him. He's a star in terms of the light he shines. And I think no matter where he goes, that star shines that light. He makes his mark on everyone around him. You know who he was or who he is.